Good morning, Bickies. How's it going? It's Tara. You're tuning in to the Biscuit Box. We go live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. And what we talk about on this live stream every Wednesday, we talk about all the things that are related to your creative business, whether that be mindset things or getting inspiration and motivation from other creative people and what they're at. We also talk about tools you can use to help your business. We like to invite creative people on the live stream to talk about what they've been up to and the results that they're getting from certain activities around their work. So there's a lot of stuff happening on this live stream every week. We mix it up to keep us all on our toes. So there's no real structure of what happens on each day, but what you know is that every Wednesday at 11 o'clock and I think I have made it. I pressed go live at 11:00, and I always try and get to the 11:00, not 1 minute past, not 5 minutes past, but on the button. It's quite challenging, but I got there today. Hurrah! I hit my goal. That feels good. So I hope you're all well this morning, and I'm going to share with you this morning a few tips that I have, not a few specifics, Tara. I'm going to share 5 tips for business success. And these are really important topics to discuss, following what we talked about last week, all around the imposter syndrome topic, which was incredible to get so many emails and private messages and text messages actually from people that have said, Jeannie Mac, I feel like that all the time. I have that feeling that I'm not good enough, and who am I to be doing this, and someone's going to find me out. And hey, isn't it brilliant? We all feel the same. So I think when you're feeling that, oh, it's just me, oh no, you know, most people, 99% of people that I have met in my career, and I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 19, so I'm not going to tell you what age I am now. Well, actually I will. Sure, who gives a shit? I'm 43, so I've been at this quite a long time. And as I went through my entrepreneurial journey, and I'm still going through it, and I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to figure stuff out, the one common thread that I find is everyone that I meet, everyone that's in a space of creating a business, of building something that they've dreamt of trying to make a difference, of trying to bring value to their part of the world. Everybody suffers from imposter syndrome. Everybody. It's mad, but it's brilliant as well, because it just shows that we're all in the same boat. We're all human. We're all vulnerable, and let's stop hiding that, because it's not doing us any favors as people. Because guess what? We're not machines. They're not here yet. They're on the way though. We're people, and people don't know everything. Yes, we're smart in certain areas, but don't pretend to be something that you're not. And that fuels imposter syndrome. So anyway, if you missed that last week, go back to if there's a tab at the side of this page called videos, go into the videos and you can take a look at last week's live stream. And it's a really good one all about imposter syndrome and how to actually nail that. So before I dive into my top 5 tips today for you and discuss those topics with you today, I'm just going to dive in to see who's in with me and say hello. There's a few people in, if I can see them. Hey Tracy, how's it going? Long time, Tracy, good to see you. Hey Neve, how's it going? Hey Helen, how's it going? Hey Hillary, how's it going? Helen says total right. The power of, and I know Barry is here too, he's gonna go, shit, why haven't I wearing lipstick? It's Lippy. It's the lipstick girl. I'm telling you, you get away with murder. Put it on. Thanks, Helen, though. Hey, Barry, how's it going? Hey, Elle, how's it going? Hey, Elkie, how's it going? Shawnita, all the way from Oz, how's it going? Good to see you, gang. Nice to see you. Okay, so I want to talk about these 5 tips today, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on them as I go through each of them, and get your thoughts and your feedback on what you think about these topics that I'm going to bring up this morning. So I have 5 for you. So the first one, and this is a really, really important one, and it's something that I have been exposed to as I've been through, as I've gone through my journey, and I'm here after so many years building businesses and selling and starting and helping and all this business world and the startup community and all this, the good, exciting stuff, right? And now deep in the creative community where I'm meant to be. It took me a long time to get here, but I'm meant to be here, and I know that very, very, very strongly. But the one thing that I'd say to you that has impacted my journey and how far I've gotten in my career, and this is my first tip to you: start before you are ready. Don't wait until you're ready, because you will never be ready. You'll never be ready. There'll always be something. Yeah, I'll just wait now till after the summer because the kids and blah, 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 blah. Oh, hang on, I'll wait till after Halloween, or maybe I'll wait till after Christmas, or maybe I'll wait till I lose a stone. That's what I'll do. I'll wait till I'm skinny, and then I'll be able to go on live streams and do all this stuff. Oh, wait, hang on, I'm skinny now. You know what? I think I'll wait till I just read these 5 other books, and then I'll start, because I won't be able to do it until I read those books, because who am I anyway to tell people all this stuff or share my skill? I have to do another course. I'll stay in college. I'll do all this stuff. Will you ever feel ready? No. So just start. And everybody has to start somewhere. You start with a Facebook page and you start dibbling and dabbling. You start at a local craft market, or you start with putting your work up on Instagram, or you start trialing your product or service out with family and friends. You start. What is it that you want to start? Don't wait. Why wait? It doesn't make sense. But everybody wants to wait because it's fear, isn't it? We don't want to look like we're in Egypt. We don't want to make a mistake. We don't want our reputation to be damaged if we put out the wrong thing. If I start doing live streams around my work, will people laugh at me? Will they not get what I'm trying to say? What if I can't articulate what I do properly? Just start. If you don't start, you will never obviously push forward. And that goes when you're in, that is the same message when you're in business. And I know a lot of you guys are already running businesses, and it's the same formula in my brain. It's the same formula when you come across a new marketing strategy tooly thing like live streaming, or building your email list, or going to do that course with the local enterprise board where you're going to be hammered. I'm talking about me. I'll tell you about that in a second. Whatever it is in your business, you will never feel ready. You will always feel not ready. So just put that on your wall. I'm starting before I'm ready. I'm not going to wait. Don't wait. Okay, so that's the first tip. Okay, the second tip, I'll read the comments after again because I'll get sidetracked if I go into them. The second one is, and you hear me talk about this a lot, feel the fear and do it anyway. I say that a lot, and I know I post that a lot around the biscuit world online, and I think that's, again, all these tips are important, but it flows nicely, doesn't it, after start before you're ready. which flows nicely into feel the fear and do it anyway, doesn't it? Because you stop because you're fearful of all this other stuff, so you don't start. But I want you to feel the fear, acknowledge it, but do it anyway. Don't let it stop you. Now, I'm not saying, feeling the fear, like go and climb a mountain without training yourself on how to climb a mountain, if that's what you want to do, or go and play with the traffic because you're doing an experiment on how traffic feels from a creative mind, or whatever. I'm not saying put yourself in danger fear. I'm talking about good fear, like that fear that that directive fear, that fear of doing something risky, or that you're bold. Like, be bold, go in, feel that boldness and embrace it. Because if you don't, then you're not actually moving forward. It's all about starting. When you do start, you're going to feel that fear, but feel it, own it, and go into the fear. And it's interesting, actually. We've so much information now about the human psyche and our brains as actual, big muscles, like, and what goes on in there. And it's amazing to know that how we filter and how we actually deal with negative emotion and fear, we can actually change the way our brain manifests, and the physicality of our brain changes. Stuff shrinks, like, when we change how we filter information and how we deal with our emotions. We can control that. That is really interesting, that you can actually, from how you feel or think about something, that you can change the physicality of your brain. It's mental. So feel the fear, learn how to embrace it, and do what's making you fearful anyway. The fear will start going away, because the more you do stuff, the less fear that you have around it. Which brings me into the next point, is patience, right? I think patience is my number 3. I'm going to change my post-its because I have 3 to 4. Anyway, that's an admin thing. I'm looking at my thing. That was in the wrong order. So patience is a really important one. When you do feel the fear and you go into it anyway, and you do what is making you fearful, and you don't get results, and I hear this all the time, I'm doing the thing that makes me fearful, I'm not getting the results, Tara. We live in a world now of, like, instant gratification. We've Instagram, we've people, earn 5 million euro in 5 weeks by doing this, right? I've built my empire for 50 million euro in 3 days, and this is how I do it. All this fast paced, get results, boom, 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 patience, gang. Patience is important. Don't expect instant results from your activity. It's turning up day after day, working on your message, posting your stuff, writing your blog posts, emailing back your customers, learning all that good stuff. It's a long-term game. And yes, we need that instant gratification from social media, right? Everyone craves that, right? And it feeds the ego, which is okay, but don't expect huge results from a financial perspective, or from even building an audience around what you do overnight. It doesn't happen like that. And I think the important thing is you work hard and you work smart, right? You don't expect the golden ball instantly. That's not the reality. And it's a dangerous way to look at your business. I've been building Biscuit for Jeannie Mac 3 years now, just over 3 years, full time. And it's been really long and really, really hard and lots of hours and lots of learning, and I'm still learning and still putting in the hours, and as you progress you can see the value of that because you had a long-term vision of actually what you wanted to create in the first place. So don't keep patience close to you, and like that as well, enjoy that journey that you're going through to actually get where you want to go. And what I mean by working harder, I'm not saying slogging it out, like, yes, you need to put in the hours, but work smart on what you're working on, and does that make sense for what you need to get there in the first place. And this brings me to the next tip, which is tip 4. Be careful who you take advice from. I've learned this the hard way. Lots of people will offer you advice and will say, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this. And I think, yeah, brilliant. Show me that you have gotten results from what you've done. Are you taking risks? Are you somebody that is feeling the fear and doing it anyway? Are you walking in the steps that you are actually talking about? And I think this is important when you plug into who you listen to and who you take advice from. Are they knowledgeable in your industry? Can they show results from what they're doing or have done? Because there's a lot of people giving advice that they can't really back that up, and they're not learned. And I think that's important to not to be careful of who you're listening to and why. And that's my 4th tip, just to be mindful of that. Take it all and listen and learn, but what you actually execute, who you actually engage with and execute from, be mindful of that. Just be fussy of who you work with as well, and that's important for growth. Okay, that's number 4. And the 5th one is fend off negativity. As we grow, as we develop products and services, as we create, we're going to get negativity. You're going to get it, right? You're going to get it from people that come across you. You're going to get it from maybe the press. You're going to get it from competitors. You're going to get it from family and friends. And most importantly, you're going to get it from you. And we're our worst inner critic, right? You need to fend that off. You need to acknowledge it for sure, but you need to also, like we talked a little minute ago, on how to deal with that negativity and turn it around and send it back out. And we talked about this last week around imposter syndrome. I think it's really important just to repeat again that when you do have that negativity around you, and this is why surrounding yourself with like-minded positive energy is vital for growth, lads. Oh my God, it changes everything, like everything. And I know a lot of you guys are in Bite the Biscuit, our community, and you see the power of plugging into a place that has no judgment, that it celebrates creativity at whatever level that you're at, that it supports people and helps people. And when you surround yourself with people in that space, that culture of the group is so strong, it changes how you feel about you and your work. And on another level over in the Biscuit Factory, where, it's a group of very ambitious and very focused creative entrepreneurs who are pushing forward with their businesses, that are taking risks, and we're all surrounding each other really strongly to support that journey. And when you do that, at whatever stage you're at in your business, but when you do that, you feel the support, you feel that positivity and that energy. So when you feel the negativity and you're putting yourself into pockets of people that are negative, you have to stop that, because that won't get you anywhere. It'll actually damage your journey. So just be mindful of that as well. So just to recap my 5 points, and then I'll go into the comments. Start before you're ready. Very important. Face the fear and do it anyway. Keep patience at the forefront of your mind. Don't give away your power, which means succumb to negativity and criticism. And that's it. And they're my tips. Yay, I got through them. Great. Okay, so Neve says, whoever's ready, I needed a life-changing shift in my life to finally follow my own heart. Not ideal, really. That's a great comment, Neve. And I think, especially for a lot of creative work and even people that are making huge differences in the world, you will find that their story has brought them to a dark place, either from a health perspective or an emotional perspective. Something really shit happens. And when you're in that place, you kind of reassess what you want, right? And I think also it ignites a lot of creativity in people when they have that, nearly those dark moments, like because creativity can bring you out of that, and it's not ideal, but on the flip side, it has probably given you so much to give back and so much to be able to inspire and motivate others that will be in that dark place as well. Thanks for that, Neve. That's a great comment. Helen says, Jesus, I feel I need to pull myself back sometimes, jump in too soon often. I'm with you on that one, Helen. I'm desperate. I think we need to be careful of the shiny folder, or that's what I say to Anna Dorado. I have another shiny folder open. The shiny object syndrome. That's what it's called. The shiny object syndrome of, we're creatives. We have so many ideas. We just want to jump in and do the thing and get it and go. This is brilliant. And I love that. But what I've learned in my business over the last 2 years only, and I've been at this a long time, what I've learned is to get really, really successful with your business and your offering, you need to own and really dominate your niche on a particular product or particular solution to the market, rather than continually starting new things left, right, and center, and nearly overwhelming your audience by all the things. The narrower you are on your offering, and you really nail that offering and you're known for it, and when you're not in the room, people know exactly what you do and what you're offering. That's powerful from a business perspective. Then you can start adding the shiny things to it when you have established that strong foothold in your niche. But as creatives, and I always say to this with people that I work with on the foundation program and our workshops that we run, I always say never cement yourself into one thing, though, because as a creative, your head will fry. I'm going to be doing this for the next 20 years. I know that's what happens, creative minds. I'm exactly the same. I would start crying and jumping out the window if I thought I had to do this forever. Oh my God, what? Shiny folders, bring them on. That's the way we're built. We have to have those new things happening all the time to make those shiny things successful. Though you need to spend time building that foundation for to enable the shiny things to work. That's important. Barry says, an experiment on how traffic mind. We need to build a list of these quotes. Thanks, Barry. Hey, Lorraine, how's it going? Hey, Adrienne, how's it going? Hey, Antoinette. And Barry says, true, lasting businesses are a marathon, not a sprint. Absolutely, they so are. It's a long-term game. And I think, though, on the flip side of that, I think people that do really, really well from, say, a video that went viral, or, something that they could capitalize on from that attention, that's the smart move. If you do get, you know, a lot of traction very, very fast. It's knowing how to stretch that out and get to a stronger position further down the line. So it's all about kind of stopping and assessing, isn't it? Hey Karen, how's it going? Elle says, fantastic, Tara. Know and trust everything is unfolding, and it's supposed to when your intention is aligned with your heart, mind, and soul's creative work. Too true. And Elle, after your live stream in the Biscuit Box a couple of weeks ago, we're like just on in the Biscuit Factory every day, every week, where I choose. Thank you so much for that, Elle. You're amazing. Thank you. Hilary says, tips for making your inner negative voice shutting up and fecking off. Hilary, yes. I want you to make a list of all your customers that you've worked with. I want you, if you do not have already, and this is something I want you to do right after you've listened to me, or you can feck off and do it now after I tell you what to do. I want you to reach out to your past clients that you've loved working with, that you have had a great experience with. I want you to reach out to them via email and ask them for feedback, ask them for a testimonial. And I want you to collect 5 strong testimonials from ideal clients, and I want you to stick them on your face and look in the mirror. You need to remind yourself that you are actually making a difference to people's lives. You're helping them, you're adding value to their home, or in whatever that you do. I'm not sure what you do, Hilary. I'm sure I've seen your work, but I can't remember, sorry. So feel free to pimp your stuff in here if you want. I'd love to see your work. So you need to collect testimonials from clients, past clients, and I'm always about working smarter. So that's for yourself, for your inner critic. Remind yourself, okay, this person said this person said this. Hang on a second. This is good because they like what I do and they have gotten value from what I do. And this is great social media posting as well. Remind other people of the value of what you do via testimonials. Very powerful, because if we keep telling people, I'm brilliant at this, or I can do this, or I'll help you do this, or blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's great, and you have to do that. But when other people tell people, think about it, it's word of mouth, right? It's so much more powerful. It adds that extra layer on your communication around what you do. So for you personally, go and collect 5 testimonials. Stick them on your face, look in the mirror, then go on social media and post the crap out of them, Hilary. Get it out there, girl, and feel proud of what you do. And surround yourself with positive people, Hilary. You know, if you're feeling that negative energy, that inner voice, we all get it. Make sure that you share that with people that get you and get what you do, and bash it out with people. And it's a normal thing to feel that. It's a normal thing. I'm going to post the video from last week on imposter syndrome as well. You'll find that really interesting, Hilary. So I'll post that in the comments and I'll tag you on it. But don't worry, we all deal with it. So don't worry. Adrian says, thanks, Tara, all very relevant now. I'm struggling with workload overwhelm, but the support of the group ensures me that I'm not alone. I'm doing too much and still criticize my productivity. That's a great point, actually, Adrian. I know you're in the Biscuit Factory, so I know we're hugely supportive of that overwhelm, because we're all so hungry for wanting to get there, you know, and then when we get there, we want to get over there, which is brilliant. There's this ambitious bloodline in the factory, which is amazing to feel. So overwhelm is definitely real, especially when you're like that, and I know you are, and you're doing some amazing things. So what I'd say to you is stop and start planning out and prioritizing your tasks. So if you have 8 goals over the next month, are those 8 goals urgent and important, or can you narrow that down to 2 goals for this month? Can you push the other goals, and then you break down the 2 goals, the 2 really important goals that you have to nail this month. You break them down into tasks, Or is it one goal, rather than trying to do too much at once and overwhelming you, but also you could be overwhelming an audience of lashing out too much at the same time. I think stopping and planning is very, very important. Post in the group if you want a hand with that. I'll walk you through that, Adrian. We can bash it out inside the Biscuit Factory if you like. I'd be happy to do that with you. And it does hurt your productivity because you have 80 million tabs open, you're trying to do too much, the mind is fuzzy, and you start crying and drinking wine at 1 o'clock. Yes, I've been there. So the anecdote to that is to stop and assess and really look at what's super urgent and important right now, and make your list of tasks accordingly. I hope that helped, Adrienne. Helen says, facing the fear is a biggie for me. Life is just too short. Definitely. The thrill from taking the risk is amazing. Love the feeling when I know I have stretched beyond my comfort zone. It's better than any drug you can take. It is mind-blowing when you're going, I did it, I felt the fear, I went through it, and I got the result that I wanted. It's amazing. And it's what everyone kind of chases, like, you know. Yes, Helen, and I think that's to always keep that at the end of your mind, that's what I want to feel like. That's the thing. That's the gold nugget. Elkie says, my husband always tells me that I am my biggest critic, but that I am always supportive and positive to others. Sound familiar? Absolutely, Elkie. I think that is a common human trait, isn't it? It's so easy to give advice and support other people, but when it comes to ourselves, we're so critical and so fearful of anything different, or and I think that that's something that has to be worked on. And I want to ask you, is it fear that's your critic? Do you think it's the fear of failure, or the fear of not being a success at what you do? Or is it the fear that your work won't be liked, or you won't be liked? What is it? I think specifics around that critical narrative is important to zone in to as well. A thing that we worked on, and Patricia Fitzgerald of Healing Creations is amazing around, we've done work in the Biscuit Factory on this, and Patricia talks about limiting beliefs, and how from childhood, the things that are said to you as a child, not necessarily by your parents, but in school or by other kids or whatever that is, has huge impact on that inner critic narrative that is actually holding you back. But here's the good news. You can change that. It's all changeable. And I meet people so much that say, that's just the way I am. I've always been like this. And you know what? That's just the way I am. What a load of bollocks. You're only like that because you control you. You control how you filter messages, how you react to things, how you feel about things. It's all you. So if you want to change that inner critic narrative, work on it. Acknowledge it, but you need to work on it. It's all changeable. And that's such a brilliant thing to focus in on as well. It doesn't have to be like this. You can change that narrative. Okay, gang, I better go. Oh, hey, Angela, how's it going? Hey, Melanie, how are you? Oh, I'm missing comments. Oops. Cool, Adriana. Hit me up in the factory and we'll rock through it. Hillary says, thanks so much. I'm still trying to figure out how I can start to make money from my creativity. I've just sold a few pieces to friends so far. You can see what I'm up to on Instagram. Cool. I'm going to go over to Instagram, Hillary, and hit you up over on Instagram, and let's have a chat. But well done, you're putting yourself out there. Good, start, get out there, see more of your work publicly, get responses. Email me, tara@biscuit.ie, and ask me for help. Ask me. I'm here to help, gang. Ask me for help. Reach out to other people that you are exposed to, that you admire, that you think are doing cool things, that you know, peers in your industry. Reach out and ask them for help. Ask them for an opinion. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't think you can do this all by yourself. It is impossible. Well, it's not impossible, but you're going to have a fucking minging journey of let's try and have a nice experience on this entrepreneurial journey. Let's try and make it fun. Let's try and make it exciting and go through the ups and downs together. It makes it so much better. Okay, Helen says my last one. Oh, hey, Paddy, how's it going? Hey, Anna, how's it going? I was just talking about our shiny folder syndrome, Anna. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Ashling, how's it going? So Helen says the factory offers so much support, no doubt about it, pushing you beyond your comfort zone, an amazing creative gang to offer kind, informed help when you need it. Thanks, Helen. Having your insight here is so good, knowing that you're minding us. Thanks. Antoinette, I'll read your as a last comment, and then I'll feck off. What time is it? I'm trying to be good. Oh, yes, 35. I'm on the little personal goals here of not babbling on for 8 million hours. Q, get her off the stage. Antoinette says, hey, Antoinette. Antoinette says, my husband is my most honest critic, as well as being my biggest cheerleader. So I find it brilliant to have someone I can run my children's stories by in early stages, who won't just automatically say this is amazing. His criticism is always extremely constructive, and I know when he says something is great, he really means it. It's great for my own confidence. Jean, you should rent him out, Antoinette. He sounds brilliant, and that's what you want. I think the danger is when people, like especially friends and family, and you're quite lucky, Antoinette, to have that constructive critic as a husband. When you are surrounded by people that everything's amazing, you're amazing, and because they genuinely think you're amazing in what you do, it's not a representation though of your target market, not a market, your target market, which you have to know, because otherwise you don't know what you're creating and for whom, and it doesn't make sense. But it's brilliant to get honest feedback. No bullshit, gang. That's not going to help you grow. And another tip is grow that thick neck, because you have to be able to deal with criticism, and you have to be able to deal with someone saying, that's not good enough. Go back to the Scrum board. I was going to say some other board, but go back to the Scrum board and start working on that again. Get better at what you do, and listen and learn is the most important thing. I'm doing this program with Local Enterprise in Dunleary. It's a catapult program for startups, right? And it's on the Biscuit community and the Biscuit marketplace, and it's really intense and head melting. And last night I came home from it going, oh my God, like, what am I doing with it? Like, what the feck am I at? Like, it was really great, but I felt so out of my comfort zone because it pushed me to go beyond what I've done already, to think much bigger, to get like, it was amazing. I woke up this morning going, right, like, you know, but when you're in it and you're overwhelmed and you're feeling that that real push, like, you know, it's hard. It's really hard. And our ego, which likes to keep us safe, no, just stay here, sure, it'll be grand. I just keep doing this bit, sure, it'll be grand. It won't be grand. Come on, push forward. You know you have it in you. You know you can do it. Push forward, like, right, Tara? Tell me, gang. Go on, Tara, will you go on? I get my energy from you too, you know. Okay, gang, I'm going to go. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to just jump up and down now and get that positive energy going for the rest of the week, even if it's a short week. Okay, I'll leave you go. Thanks so much for tuning in. Keep creative, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 11 o'clock for some biscuit box banter. Okay, bye. See ya.